Happy New Year, everybody. It's getting close. Deb and I got some goodies for tomorrow night, and we got a fun meal for New Year's Day, and hope you all had a great Christmas again. And Nicole made me some cool stuff. I was going to bring it out and show you. Deb, I was going to bring that dozer with me by it, and I was going to bring the excavator that she made. So
we'll do that another
time. Tomorrow. I want to show it to him because it's really cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so good news. You can see my bench is clean. I repainted it this morning. And so that must mean I'm making progress on the next project. And I brought my book to share a few more projects. And if you back up just a hair, Deb, and zoom over this way, you can see I've made a little progress. The first coat's on everything. And the parts that are going to be seen the most, I'll hit it with another coat in a couple days. The paint's dry, but it's still soft underneath, so it doesn't have hardener in it, so it takes a while for it to soften, especially in these cold days, because I don't have this heated when I'm not out here. So I just put a couple of screws in the cowling and the rear tank here, and but I'm going to, I'll show you how it I'll kind of show you here kind of some of the engine a little bit looking good. So I'll set that in there. There. Okay, there's the engine. And let me get the roof here and give you a little bit of an idea how that's gonna look. That really changes the look of the whole thing. And so here's the blade, here's the hood. You can see the lights on it, the headlights and the housings, and the air cleaners over on the side, and the handles, and the exhaust pipe. And there's some of the cable parts, and there's the other side shield. And the side shield will get another coat, the tracks will get another coat. The hood might get another coat. It looks pretty good. The roof looks pretty good. And here back, if you go back here, you can see the winch. And the back, the rear, yes, that turned out pretty good. I don't think that needs another coat, but well, if any spots, I'll do that. So anyway, I'm very happy how it's looking so far. Got a ways to go, and it won't, what I say, pop. It won't pop until it's completely done, because I know in my mind what I want it to look like with the decals and with all some other little finishing touches. So, but I'm 99% happy with it, and none of my models are perfect, so I'm pretty happy. So let me turn around here and then go back to here, and what you see is I started on my first pulling tractor. This is going to be the E.J. Potter's double ugly, and I'm just worked on it for the first few minutes. Here's one of my first, just a piece of steel. I just kind of scratched some little numbers in it. People say, "Oh, Don, you must have blueprints for everything." And I don't. That's right there's my blueprints. I just take a couple minutes, just scratch something down. There's part of it. And here's another part of it on another piece of steel. They say, "Hey, Don, after you get done with those, could you send me those drawings for a souvenir? This is going to be part of another model." So that's kind of funny. So anyway, I kind of got an idea how long the frame's going to be. I got an idea of the width, but still I'm leaving a little extra, maybe an extra inch on the axle. So if I have to take it out another quarter inch or something, I'll have that extra. And I'm using a piece of 5/16 threaded rod for the main axle, and that way it'll be good and sturdy. I got to go get a tire. Just a second. Let me see right here. here's another tire. This is a pulling tire that I bought years ago. Ooh, at the toy show. And you can see the tread on it. And these are for a 1/16 scale pulling tractor. It says right on it, it says Firestone Puller 2000. I bought some of these. Never made a pulling tractor, so these have been sitting in my garage, or my back, for probably 20 years. These have been sitting for 20 years. So I was going to make a pulling tractor. Well, here I end up building one, and if you look, these are 1/16 scale. The tires that look perfect, the perfect width, the perfect tread looking for the EJ Potters, are completely different than these pulling tractors. So there you can see that this would be 1/16 scale. My model is going to be close to 1/12 scale, and so that shows you the difference in the size on those two, 1/16 and 1/12. So that's this afternoon. I will go ahead and start working on the frame on this, and there's a lot of trial and error because I'm guessing it's so much stuff. So, but tomorrow I'll show you the progress on that. And I think, what else did we think, Deb? Anything else that you can think of?
No.
Okay, so anyway, we're going to go just share a couple more projects. When I first started, I actually made some pretty complicated models right when I first started. There was the Terragator. I grew up in Breckenridge, right next to the co-op elevator, B&W, and they had Terragators there, and I always loved how they looked with the huge tires. They reminded me of a monster truck. And so one of my very first projects was this Terragator. I don't know, can you zoom in on the steel part of it, Deb? So you can see all the steel construction on the Terragator. And I think you can kind of see this detail on the booms there. Oh yeah, there's the booms right there. You can see that's all steel tubing. And brass. No brass. I don't use brass. There's a picture of the paint. Can you get that? There's the Terragator. So I mean, I put a lot of detail in that. I want it to really look real. And so that was one of my first models. And here there's an article in the magazine after I had won the National Farm Toy Show. I never entered a toy show. We went out there just to show my toys, not to sell them or not to enter the contest. So there's my table with just part of the hand-built toys. I just wanted everybody to see them and get the reaction to see if people liked them or not, because they'd never been in the public before. So we got there, and people were just amazed at all the different things that I made, because most toy makers they stick to one thing and they make like 50 or 100 of them. Well, I get my enjoyment out of making something new every time, which is hard because you don't have a pattern, so you got to redesign every single time. But it's exciting to me to see if I can make something new. So we went to the toy show. I won, and I was so excited. They put in the article. They took what I had said and said, I'm gonna fly home because I'm so excited from winning, you know. And most people are excited for me, but a couple people were upset with me that I won. The one guy had won a lot. He won a lot of shows, and he was mad at me because he thought he should have won again. But we got to know the young boys that had the displays at the show. We got to see that they had no chance to win. When you got people like me and people like this other guy that had more money to invest, and we said and then we saw how many times that he won. And so after we left, I felt bad thinking of them and thinking, how are they ever going to win? Because, you know, I mean, so what I did was I wrote to the toy farmer and I said, we this is our first experience, and thanks very much for letting me be part of the show, and thanks for, you know, me winning. And I said, is there any chance that we could change maybe how things are, the rules, to where if you win, you only win once, and then you let somebody else win. And so that way nobody could win 2 times or 3 times. And that would give it more incentive for other young people to keep building and try to win. And you know, I was very surprised, but they wrote back and said, they posted like in the next issue and said, we're going to change it. They didn't mention my name or anything, but they said, we're going to change it next year where you can only win 1. So thanks again for the people at Toy Farmer that did that. And you made so many young kids happy now, because that was probably 10 years ago. So in the last 10 years, somebody new got to win every year, first place. There's always a second place in that, but so it just worked out great, because now every year somebody gets to win, and the people that would have normally won 5 times, 10 times, they took that excitement away from all those kids. So that was one of the very coolest things that happened too. So anyway, there's another picture of the Terragator in a newspaper article. And here's some of my old potato, different one of my early potato diggers. Can you see it, Deb? Can you zoom in a little bit? I think there's different. There's a potato planter. And there's some that got 4 wheels. Oh yeah, there's a planter, and there's a digger. I can't really see it upside down, but you can see how they're different colors. You can't tell in that picture, but they're different colors and they're different styles. So let me see, maybe there's a picture on this side. Nope. And here's some great. Then I started putting things in Toy Trucker magazine. I love graders and dozers and excavators, and so I started building some of these very early horse-drawn graders. And I ended up making about 10 of those, all different styles. They're most of them are one of a kind.
There you go.
So I mean, I had a ball building all them old graders, and most of them were either yellow, green, or red. And then there's another picture of my display, part of my display. And there I'm with the gold tractor. I was told that they only made 3 of these gold tractors. One went into the National Farm Toy Museum. One went for donate.
No, I think Joe, one of the Ertles, didn't they
got
get
the second one, and wasn't that auctioned off for the hospital?
Maybe.
Remember something?
Yeah, maybe.
So that was the second one, and so
then the third one, the winner.
Then I got the third one. So there's gold tractors were very rare. The gold-plated tractors were really rare back then. So it was really something special to get one that was gold-plated. But I think 5 years after that, they started coming out with gold-plated tractors, all different ones. So I don't know if mine's worth more than a lot of them because they only made 3, or I don't know if they mass-produced them or not. So, but anyway, that was very cool, and it still sits above my desk, and I love that. Okay, so here's some more early pieces that I made. Some different styles of plows, some early plows, and there's a old horse-drawn plow. And there it is, bare metal. And I think that one it is too. And so this is kind of where my whole toy building started, with little tiny farm toys. And I don't know what this one is. Maybe on this side. Custom built issue. There it was I built a pivot system and a disc and some little bit of tillage. I don't know if you can zoom in, Deb, on those or not. Mm-hmm. Is it blurry or not?
No,
you can see it? Okay.
Yeah.
So that was some more of my early stuff. And then we went to a guy's house in Wisconsin, and he showed me this side disc that he owned, and I built that for him. And we went over in the thumb of Michigan, and there was this one bottom plow. I forgot even what it was called right now. And I built that. And then we went over by Frankenmuth, and there was an old beet harvester that I thought looked very cool. So I ended up building that. And the potato digger, I don't remember where we saw that. Somewhere we saw that, and I ended up building that. So one more page here. So this was a cool story with this combine. Claire Scheibe, the owner of Toy Farmer, he actually bought that. He bought this beet harvester from me and took it home to Lemoore, North Dakota, and put it in the Toy Farmer Museum. And he said, Don, I want you to build me an old Massey Harris combine like we used to have on the farm when I was a kid. He said we used to do a harvest with that. You got a glare?
Yeah.
And he said it always started on fire, and we always had to stop and put the fire out, you know. So I built that for Claire, and he said, I got something else that I want you to make for me, and I said, okay. He didn't tell me yet what it was, and I think a week or a month after that he passed away, so I never ended up making him anything else. But so this is always pretty cool when I see that, to think that Claire thought enough of my models that he wanted me to build him something. And I built this and got it on the cover of the Toy Farmer, and he wanted something else. So that told me that he liked the beet harvester and he liked the combine. So here's a picture, couple pictures of it while I was building it, and you can see the steel. So I think that was probably the last picture. No, here's another one. One more picture of me getting my picture taken by it at home before I delivered it to Claire. So we'll call it our day, and hope you all have a happy new year. Thanks everybody again for subscribing to my YouTube channel, and thanks for all the kind words. And I'm trying to answer most everything. I can't do it, but I'm trying. And we're putting more articles on every day. So if you subscribe, you'll get updates on that. So I think we already said that, I think the day after Christmas, I hit 1 million views. So we haven't been back that long, just a few months. So it was very cool to get 1 million views. So thanks everybody. And we'll probably do another video tomorrow, and I'll show you the progress on the EJ Potter's pulling tractor, and maybe something different on the dozer if I get something else done. But I want that paint to dry. You can back up a little bit down. We'll zoom out on that real quick. And so I want this paint to dry at least a couple more days. I heat it up in here really hot and let that paint harden. I do that a few times during the day, and it's good and dry. It's just not hard. If you pressed on it really hard, I think you would still leave a little bit of an imprint. But so I'm going to take this back off and slip that back down over here. And we're at the engine sign sitting there. But I'm very happy how it's looking. So, okay, gotta go. Okay, see you. Happy New Year.